I wish there was a recipe to that, but there isn't. We have countless one-man bands, the same mid-size MSPs, five to 10 staff, and then we have a fair chunk of MSPs, sort of 15 to 100 members of staff. It really depends on what the MSP is trying to outsource. Let me give you an example of what doesn't work. So the MSP that doesn't work for us is the one-man band who has just started 6 months ago. They've got a handful of clients. They don't yet know what antivirus to use, so every one of their 10 customers has a different one. They're not sure which RMM to use, so they're using 4 different ones with a handful of clients scattered across them. They don't know which PSA to use, so they're using an Excel sheet. Now, I just painted, what some would consider, well, that's never going to happen scenario, but it has, and we've seen it. And as long as the MSP is not expecting us to overnight work miracles, we will decide which bits of that operation are standardized to a degree where we can take calls. And it might, in the first instance, just be, right, we'll answer your calls for you, we'll take details. If we can jump on with Screen Connect, we will, but then we'll pass the ticket back to you. And as long as that defining the edges has happened, then we will work with you. We won't work with you if you just want to outsource your problems, and that is our mantra. That will never work, outsourcing your problems. You have to recognize there's an issue and work with somebody that's going to help, but it really is going to be a partnership back and forth. So there isn't an ideal demographic, if I'm honest, Mike. What I will say is as the MSPs get bigger, they give us more of the same kinds of work, and that's what sort of sets it apart. Because as an MSP gets bigger, they want to standardize that lower level of work or that more consistent types of work to be delivered in the same way every single time. And I know it sounds really pedantic, but it does make a difference if a client has got some of their PCs on a domain, some on a work group, and some on Azure AD. Like, it makes a difference when you're expecting a first-line engineer to get on a call and diagnose a problem, like anything wrong with the desktop. So the ideal for us, and hopefully where MSPs work towards of their own volition, is an MSP that has standards around all those basics, the PSA, the RMM, what is the maturity matrix that we roll out to our customers.